Welcome everybody tonight to this evening's basketball game. This contest is going to be between your Milton-Union Lady Bulldogs and the Tri-County North Panthers. I want to thank WMPA TV for putting this on for us again, as always. It's been a tremendous thing for our community and our sports teams this winter. We are here at the friendly confines of Milton-Union Gymnasium. The Dog Pound, I think, is the unofficial title. Coach Rusty Berner, coach of the boys team, be announcing the play-by-play. We obviously did a good enough job the other night that they invited us back, or maybe the complaints haven't come in yet. And I'm joined with my sidekick here, Coach Joe Blackburn, who's going to be helping out with the stats.
Still not fired yet.
Still not fired. Can you get fired from a volunteer job? I think you could. I'll have to ask
hope.
Talk to Coach Lane about that. And Coach Blackburn is now, we can throw the coach title back in front of him. He is back coaching high school football. So we're excited about that. I'm sure he's excited about that as well. He's going to coach the big boys, offensive and defensive line. Is that right, Coach Blackburn?
That is correct. Looking forward to it. Having a few of us coming back.
Yeah.
Kind of getting the band back together.
Yeah. Coach Dickinson, Coach Dana Dickinson, Coach D, as we referred to him at the last game. Coach Tim Antonides will be back orchestrating the defense. Coach Pierce is very happy about that, as well as the players. Lady Bulldogs here on a 2-game win streak as we're getting ready to tip off here in a little bit over 6 minutes. For those of you that aren't aware, Coach Katie Roos is in her 9th year as the head coach here at Milton-Union.
Right.
She's assisted by Madison Harris and Andy Grudich.
I believe, didn't Katie just win her 90th game?
She did.
On Saturday.
90 games. That's
a lot.
That's a lot of basketball games. That's a lot of wins. It currently ranks her 2nd all-time in coaching wins on the Lady Bulldog side. The Panthers of Tri-County North, a little background on them. The one benefit of playing with our SWBL opponents last game was we had a lot of stats and information we could pull from our website. Tri-County North comes to us from the Cross-County Conference, so we have a roster. They are coached by Jessica Spittler. We know they currently have 1 win against Northridge, who's one of our league opponents. As far as stats and scoring leaders to watch for, we've got number 5, Riley Terry. She's a 6-foot sophomore. Don't have any stats for her, but we want to keep an eye out for her. And then number 24, Hannah Webster. She's a 6-foot freshman. So it looks like Coach Spittler has quite a bit of size and youth with that size. As I said before, the Panthers are out of the Cross-County Conference, and next year they will move into the SWOAC, which is the Southwest Ohio Athletic Conference, or I'm sorry, the WOAC, the Western Ohio Athletic Conference. So for those of you that aren't aware of that, there's a big shakeup between the Cross-County Conference and the Southwestern Buckeye League that Milton-Union's in. Next year we'll start a new league with ourselves, Troy Christian, Covington, Miami East, Sidney Lehman, Bethel, Northridge, and Riverside. That league will be known as the Three Rivers Conference, the TRC. So obviously some of those schools are coming from the Cross-County Conference, which will no longer be in existence next year. But the teams remaining from that conference will be joined by Dixie and Preble Shawnee, and they will create a new conference called the WOAC, which is the Western Ohio Athletic Conference. So those will be some new things next year. I know the Bulldogs are excited about it, not only from a just new competition, but I think the biggest thing is the travel that we're going to decrease in comparison to previous years, the SWBL. As the Lady Dogs head back in the locker room, Coach Roos is going to give last few moments to talk to her girls. The Dogs currently sit at 9-10 overall, 5-7 in the SWBL Buckeye, which that's a final number. They've played all 12 of their league games, with their last league win the other night. Here we broadcast home against the Dixie Greyhounds. They finished 5-7. They did win on the road on Saturday against the Newton Indians. That score was 57-45. So another nice win there for the ladies. Looking to get to 10 wins this year. And a few high points from that game. Leading scorers were Jayla Gentry with 12 points. And Madison Jones had 28 points, which included 5 threes, 5 for 8 from 3, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. We're going to have a trivia question actually for Doc Ginn. So, Joe, we're going to have to get to Doc on that one. But Madison played a really nice floor game in our Thursday game against Dixie, but she didn't score.
Really?
And then she had 28 on Saturday. So I don't know how to form this question, but somehow along the way, when's the last time a Bulldog player has went scoreless and then been over 25 points in the next game? So we're going to have to ask Doc, and he may not have an answer right now, but he might. He may say he knows the answer to that. But that's a pretty incredible feat. So obviously that shows her potential to shoot the basketball. She is the Bulldogs' leading scorer, I believe, still. She is at 9.8 points a game. Jayla Gentry's followed her with 8.7. Then Morgan Grudage at 8.2. So those 3 seniors are leading the way from scoring. We've also got a few facts from Doc Ginn that we'll get to later in the broadcast. Lady Dogs are entering the gym and starting to get warmed up. We got about 1:30 till tip-off. Officials are coming over to greet all the coaches with the COVID wave.
The COVID high five.
The air five.
The air five.
I think one of the things as a coach I think I've missed the most is sometimes you meet new officials and they come over, you get to shake their hand and see them in the face and introduce yourself. So not having that this year where you just get to wave, and I think takes a little bit of the camaraderie away. So we're going to pause here for a minute as Bob Bussey, our PA announcer, is going to go ahead and talk about different rules and regulations and thank yous from the state, as well as policies of the COVID. And then we're going to have our national anthem. So we'll pause here for just a break.
On behalf of the staff and the administration of the Milton-Union School District, we'd like to welcome you to our high school gymnasium for tonight's varsity matchup between our guests from Tri-County North and your Milton-Union Lady Bulldogs. In order to make this evening's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and of course your team and your opponents. Let's make this evening's contest great. Remember to respect the game. Thank you. We live in the greatest country on earth with freedoms enjoyed by no others. Let's take a moment to honor the men and women who have served and the men and women who are currently serving to keep her strong and free. Please rise, remove your caps, and join in the playing of our national anthem.
settle back in here. Our halftime interview this evening will be Coach Jim Sarver, JV boys basketball coach here at Milton-Union, former Varsity girls head coach. A few of you that live in town may have heard of him. And we will get here our Panthers here as we're just now getting their starting lineup. Starting tonight for the Panthers, the Lexi DeLong, number 3. She's a 5'9" senior. Number 4, Mackenzie Bacher, who's a 5'7" junior. Number 12, Maddie Flory. She's a 5'6" senior. Number 21, Jenna Klingenberger. She's a 5'9" junior. Then number 24, Hannah Webster. She's a 6-foot freshman. For the Bulldogs, it's the same starting 5 as the other night. We've got Rachel Jacobs, number 10, a freshman. Ava Burbridge, number 12, a freshman. And then the 3 seniors, Jayla Gentry, number 30, Madison Jones, number 23, Oregon Grudage, number 14. So 3 seniors and 2 freshmen. Coach Grudage and Coach Roos are giving their last words of wisdom before the girls tip this thing off. Again, this is Rusty Berner and Joe Blackburn bringing you the live play-by-play. Try to add any nuggets of wisdom we can as we're watching this game and get you updated on everything going on in the world of Milton-Union athletics. The tip goes to the Panthers. Number 12, Flory, sets the offense. Looks like the Bulldogs are in a aggressive 2-3 zone here. Looks like a 1-2-2. Panthers get the ball in the middle, starting to work the ball around the perimeter. Shot goes up. Rebound by Burbridge. She's going to look to push in transition. Panthers look to be settling into a zone as well. Gentry off the pass from Grudage, up and in. Good aggressive move. Good to get Jayla going early. Dogs are in their diamond press, looking to trap pressure early. Number 4, Bacher. I apologize to the Tri-County North faithful if I don't do a good job saying these names. Bacher. Over to Flory. I think we're okay if those two just keep passing each other. I'll get the names right. Number 3, DeLong. She's going to look to penetrate, moves it back over to Flory. Ball gives into Webster. Number 21, Klingenberger. Shot goes up, off the back rim. Grudage with the rebound. She's going to look to push. Advances it up to Jones. In the post to Gentry. Jayla loses it, but Ava Burbridge picks it up. Dogs are going to set their offense, and there she is. See if she keeps that hot hand. Ooh, just off the back rim. Tri-County North does not want to let her get going.
No.
It was a pretty good look there. Ball gets passed into Grudage by Jones. She's going to get fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2.
Lady Panther fouls number 3, Lexi DeLong. That's her first. Team's first.
Fouls on DeLong. Her first. Team first. 6:27 left in the first quarter. Grudage at the line off the front of the rim. She is a 46%. I'm sorry, excuse me. She's a 59% free throw shooter. So statistically, this should go in. Just like clockwork, right, Joe?
You got it.
Okay. Dogs are in the diamond press. Ball's thrown right to Burbridge. She steals it. Off the backboard, Jones. Gotta like how aggressive they are. There comes Flory pushing the ball up the floor. Panthers move the ball into the post, into their freshman. Nice strong move, but good defense there.
You can tell this is going to be a very physical game already.
Yes. Burbridge forces into the high post to Jacobs, and she can't handle it. Coach Spittler barking out her commands. Jones gets a hand on it. We talked about this last game. It's very important for the Dogs to get a lot of touches and deflections in their zone, and that what they just did. They got 3 deflections and a steal. Ball's advanced up to Jones, into Gentry in the post. Jayla with a, looked like a left, had to switch over to her left hand to avoid contact. Comes Bacher bringing the ball up. He's going to set the offense. Jones puts some token pressure out, try to dictate where they want the ball to go. Got the ball trapped in the corner. Number 3, DeLong. Klingenberger with the offensive rebound. And there's a 3 up and in for Bacher, 5'7" junior. Comes Grudage. Looks like the Panthers are in a 1-3-1. Morgan penetrates, kicks it over to Burbridge for the open jump shot. 5-3 Dogs. Looking to get the trap there out of the diamond. Got her trapped there on the sideline. Good trap there, taken away. There's a foul called. Coach Roos is not happy with that call. Call was on Ava Burbridge. We're a little bit further away, but I don't know that we saw the contact up here, but we don't have the same angle as the official. That's my politically correct response.
PC,
that's my PC. Turnover here goes to the Dogs. 4:25 left in the first quarter. Panthers sitting a 1-3-1. Pretty passive 1-3-1. Going to try to shade the ball to one side. Typically it's going to be the left to be the weak side. Jones in the corner for 3. Off the back of the rim, Jacobs. DeLong battle for it. DeLong pulls it down. And here comes Bacher. Over to DeLong. Ball over to Bacher. Looks like Coach Spittler was looking for a timeout there, but the officials did not hear her. Burbridge up to Gentry, back to Burbridge. Jones again. There we go. That's a 2-point shot. She's going to keep firing it up, keep getting open looks. She's going to start knocking them down. Looks like a foul on Grudage, her first, team second.
The Lady Bulldog fouls number 14, Morgan Grudage. That's her first, team second.
Ball's entered into Flory. Just going to move the ball over to Bacher. Gets around the trap by Gentry. Pulls up. Looks like the ball is knocked out of bounds off Burbridge. Tough task there, boxing out the 6-foot Webster, another freshman. Ball's overthrown. Grudage has got a wide open breakaway. She's going to lay it in for 2. They're going to set their pressure. Steal, and up and in by Jones. Starting to get a little bit more aggressive in their diamond press. Dogs are up 11-3 with 3 to go in the first quarter. Panthers do a good job getting the ball in the middle against the zone and working the sideline. Definitely a big key. Gentry with a big block. Burbridge looks to push in transition. Verses it over to Grudage, who gets it in the middle. Jayla goes up with her left hand. Nice left hand. Oh, good left hand there. DeLong with the rebound. Bacher's bringing the ball up the court. Just going to set the offense. DeLong back out to Bacher. Flory with a contested jumper that's going to kiss just off the backboard. I'm not sure that's what she intended, but it counts all the same. Grudage pushes the tempo. Looks like the Dogs want to play at a little bit faster pace. Burbridge from 3 off the inside outside. Ball goes over the backboard, breaks the plane. Doesn't just have to touch. If it goes over the invisible line from the top of the backboard up to the ceiling, that's a violation. Right, Joe?
That's correct.
Thank you. Get my support from Coach Blackburn.
That's all right, Marty.
Webster from the top of the key off the side of the backboard. She's going to wrap up Jayla. Good rebound there. Panthers have done a nice job breaking the press the last couple possessions. You know, the key to breaking a zone press is getting the ball in the middle, turn and look opposite to the sideline, and they've done a nice job of that here. And for the Dogs is number 40, Taylor Falb. And Jones getting another look. She is now hit her last 2. 7 quick points for Jones here in the first half. I think that was a 3. Bacher, he got away with a little slide of the foot. Flory up off the back of the rim. Burbridge looks ahead. Oh! See how long Tri-County North is going to stay in there 1-3-1, giving up open looks to Jones in the corner. Coach Spittler calling on her offense. Ball gets moved around the perimeter. Inside to Watkins or Webster. Back into Webster again. Ball's knocked away by Gentry. Ball goes out off the Bulldogs. We have a timeout here by Tri-County North. Looks like it's going to be the 30-second variety. Currently, Milton-Union holds an all-time record of 7-1 versus Tri-County North, including a 4-1 record at the friendly confines of Milton-Union Gymnasium, a.k.a. the Dog Pound.
The Dog.
I mean, it says it on the sign, Joe.
That's right. That was a nice addition this year.
It is. Boy, it looks good. Did you draw that? Was that your design?
Not quite, no.
Okay. No. I heard a rumor.
I'm more of a copy and paste kind of person. So.
Yeah.
Tom Beck's agreeing with me on that.
I think Tom is too. Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds good. I can print stuff off like you wouldn't believe. Color right in between the lines. Webster catches the ball. She was looking to put that ball up. 6-footer from 3. Jacobs with her first rebound of the night. Comes Burbridge. She is going to be running the point with Grudage on the bench. Jayla bobbles the ball, gets a shot off. Here comes Bacher. There's 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Panthers work the ball from side to side here until they pick it up into a trap. And we're going to get it, touch off the Panthers. Bulldogs are going to have the ball with 16.6 seconds to go here in the quarter. Up 14-5. Burbridge crosses the timeline, moves it over to Falb. Falb takes a look, back to Burbridge. Ooh, that was a good look. I think she passed up, Joe.
Yep.
Here comes Flory. She's going to push the ball up. Ava's going to contest into Bacher for the last second shot, and it goes. 14-7. Bulldogs own a nice little cushion here. Joe, any stats that are jumping out at us right now?
Let's see. From Dogs, Burbridge has got 2. Grudage has 3. Madison Jones has 7 right now. And Gentry has 2. For the Panthers, Bacher with 5 and Flory with 2 right now.
Okay. So it looks like Madison's picking up right where she was before. At 28, if my math serves me correctly. 7, which she had in the first quarter, times 4 quarters will be 28. So she's on pace for that again. Milton-Union education is paying off for me strong. Joe's my checker on that. Is that correct math there, Joe? Was I okay on that?
I think that's some high math checking right there.
Let's see here. What else we got from Doc? Joe, you got something else for me?
Team fouls are 2 and 2 right as well.
Okay.
So, for our viewers at home.
Yeah, that is quite a...
As physical as this is, that might come in play here.
Sure, yeah. Officials are letting them play. Closer you get to tournament, you see crews do that just because that's tournament-style basketball. Tri-County North's going to stay in their 1-3-1. Morgan Grudage is back in the game, as is Annie Smith, number 33. Dogs work the ball into Jacobs, out to Smith, misses a jumper. Flory with the rebound. Panthers are going to settle in their half-court offense. Ball gets moved around the perimeter. It looks like a new Panther that's in. Number 2, Nicole Layfeld. Annie Smith with the steal and gets her shot blocked. We have a late call coming in here. Looks like we foul on the shot. Foul was on,
I think, Flory. That was her first.
Flory. Annie Smith's going to go to the line.
She has 2 throws.
She goes to the line where she is 0% on the year, which could be, now she's 0 for 3 on the year. Shots up and off the front of the rim. Shannon Broomball, number 20, was already also checked in. Annie Smith's a junior. Broomball is a freshman. Grudage up at the top of the 1-2-2 zone. Looks to be pretty aggressive. Can't see, is that Flory that got knocked to the ground on the turnover? Here comes Grudage up to Falb. Falb into Jacobs, back out. Bacher with the steal. Looks like she was going to push there in transition. She slowed it up. Panthers move their ball around the perimeter. Get a high-low touch, backside rebound. Touched around, and Jacobs picks it up. Jump ball there. We are really letting them play right now. The official wants to let Flory know that she doesn't want to see her reacting that way. Nice to give her a little warning before anything else comes. Sometimes we forget these are high school kids and their emotions aren't handled the right way, so. There's a foul on the steal by Grudage. Fouls on Bacher, her first, team 4th. Dogs are 3 fouls away from being in the bonus here in the half. 6:18 to go in the first quarter, still a 14-7 game. Grudage is going to throw the ball over to Annie Smith, over to Falb, diagonal to Grudage, to Shannon. Broom ball, get a deflection there, and here comes Flory. Get an air ball. Looks like number 5, Riley Terry, tried to save it. Sophomore, 6-foot sophomore, but wasn't able to. Back in for the Bulldogs is Jayla Gentry. Broom ball catches and throws into Gentry. Foul's going to be on, looks like Terry again. She had a hold of Jayla's arm. Falk's going to take the ball out. Dogs are in a box set. Looks like they're going to reverse the ball around to Falb, who looks in a broom ball. Little ping pong action there. Panthers end up with it. Here comes Bacher into the front court. Over to Flory, back to Bacher. Over to number 2, which is Layfeld. Webster's working the high post there with Terry on the baseline. Layfeld over to Bacher, over to Flory. They look in the post. Shannon Brewball fights through. Gets the steal. Boy, it is a physical game, isn't it?
It is. And they're both playing zone as well.
Yeah, yeah. Aggressive zones. Ball's tipped on the cross pass. Picked up by Broomball. Good passing there into Broomball. Good high-low from Jayla to Shannon. First bucket of the quarter there. Dogs set their press. Ball goes into the middle. Again, good job by the Panthers there. Settle into their half-court offense. They really haven't been able to get many good looks here against Coach Roos's 1-2-2. There's about a 20-footer from Bacher, rebounded by Annie Smith. Grudich brings it up, crosses the timeline, over to Falb. She's going to take a look in the post. Back out to Grudich. Grudich goes to the corner. Looks like they're going to overload one side of the zone. Good job. Nice move. Hit the ball in the short corner to Broomball. Jayla cuts, dives to the basket, hit her for a layup. Good left-hand finish, too. Ball got reversed there to Bacher, and Jayla picked up one, trying to force her into a trap. Burbridge returns to the lineup here for Falb. 3:54 left in the second quarter. Lady Dogs are up 18-7. Panthers starting to work the ball around the perimeter. Look to get the ball into the middle. There's 3 Bulldogs there and 6 hands. It's a tough thing to do. Grudich over to Burbridge. She's going to look. Broomball's underneath. A little strong with that one. Here comes Bacher. Going to set them into their offense. Over to Layfeld. Layfeld back over to Bacher. To DeLong in the corner. Dogs are going to trap. Grudich gets a hand on it. Jacobs and Jones return for Broomball and Smith. And we've talked about this in the last couple games, that the Dogs want to get as many deflections and touches. That wears on a team when they're in their 1-2-2. Done a really good job. So even though Morgan, we didn't get that steal, getting a deflection on the ball is really wears on teams. So those are positive things in Coach Roos's mind. Dogs get a steal there, get the ball reversed. Grudich looks into Jayla. Good pass. Oh, just off, but she gets her own rebound and puts it back in. Good ball reversal by Milton-Union there. Getting the ball into the post. Jayla's got 4 quick points here in the last couple minutes. Layfeld takes herself into a trap. Bacher over to DeLong. Inside to Webster, but it's knocked away. Jayla takes a couple safety dribbles, gets it over to Burbridge. Grudich from 3. Jacobs, almost with the rebound. She had both hands on it. And ball goes over to Layfeld. Another touch. Comes Grudich. Steps through, left hand, little Euro step. Jones gets a touch on it, and we're going to get a jump ball. Possession goes to the Bulldogs.
Checking back in for number 21, Jenna Klingenberger.
Klingenberger checks back in. That's how Bob Bussey said it, so I'm going to assume that he's right. Klingenberger. Got that one down now. Madison Jones in the corner, and it's good. She's made her last 3, Joe, from outside the perimeter. Starting to warm up, getting a rhythm. Don't ever want to let good shooters get in a rhythm. DeLong brings it across the timeline. Over to Bacher. To Klingenberger. DeLong with the 3. It's off. Jacobs. And is that Terry?
It's number
5.
Number 5.
Number 5, Terry. Ball's up to Madison Jones. Oh, I think she had already started to think about shooting the ball. Gonna have another open look. 1:13 left in the half. Panthers take over the possession on the jump ball.
Checking back in for Tri-County North number 2, Nicole Layfeld.
Layfeld comes in. She replaces Terry. Dogs look to extend here. They're going to extend their 1-2-2. Try to turn over the Panthers. Force a shot there. Webster with the O board. 23-11. We're just under a minute to go in the half. Madison Jones catches the ball. Ball gets reversed to Grudich. Out top to Jacobs. Over to Burbridge. She's got a good look at that one, just off the mark. Webster with the rebound. Coming up on 30 seconds left in the half. Gonna work the ball around. Bacher over to Layfeld. The other thing you're noticing is a lot of these passes. Oh, Webster in and out to Layfeld. Good box out by Morgan. And with the left hand, nice job. Just under 10 seconds to go. Layfeld's going to push. Oh, she gets a look. Oh, get a foul call there on the 3.
Burbridge.
Burbridge with 1.8.
It's her second foul.
Burbridge, that's her second, team's fourth.
Do we see Coach Sarver anywhere?
Is he hiding?
We're going to have to find out where he's at. He is our halftime. Oh, I think he's down there. Could you go get Coach? Yep, there he is. We need Coach Sarver to come up here. That's the end of the half. Looks like we're going to get a foul call here. A foul was on.
Was there a foul there?
Yeah, it was on number 21, Klingenberger. Got Coach Jim Sarver going to come up here and provide some words of wisdom for us here at home. While he's on his way up, we were talking about the sign behind the one basket. That was done by Ken Thompson and his company. That is it's Flawless. That is his company name. Ken graduated, I don't know when Ken graduated. It was after I did, so he's a youngin'. Maybe 2000, 2001, right in that range. Ken does a great job, Flawless Signs. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat of all treats. We have got the Jim Sarver. Coach Jim Sarver is joining us tonight. He is currently the junior varsity boys basketball coach here at Milton-Union. Coach, give us a little bit of background on your coaching and playing days here as a Bulldog.
Well, Coach, it's good to be here with you. Nice to be here. Another exciting girls basketball game. It's always enjoyable to be here.
Yeah, we're near COVID capacity. Is what we're calling it.
The 450th consecutive partial sellout of Milton basketball. Yeah, my coaching days are a lot better than my playing days. I've coached off and on for almost 45 years, off and on with between middle school, rec council, girls basketball, 12, 15 years of JV, freshman and varsity girls basketball, and got out of coaching for 4 or 5 years and still coached church league and some upward sports in church. And then was talked back into coming back in the 7th grade, and the 7th grade team that I had taken over at that point are now juniors, which is kind of fun to watch how they progressed over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us about your team this year.
Well, my team this year is pretty good. We're 15-3.
Yeah.
Some of the kids that were on this year's team was on an 18-3 team we had last year. Seven guys can play, and pretty equally talented in different respect, but still equally talented. And they all get a lot of playing time and play together, very unselfish, and very coachable.
Yeah. So 33 wins in the last 2 years?
Yeah, that's almost as good as you, Russell. But it took you 9 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, it takes us a few more than 2 to get to 33. Might have to take in a third year to get there.
Yeah. It's kind of nice this year. We have some juniors that played on JV last year, was helpful, and they kind of swing both ways and on varsity and JV, and give us some experience, and some young kids that played last year as freshmen. But several kids didn't come out this year, and which made it kind of difficult as far as numbers-wise.
Sure. So, Coach, you have coached 3 Hall of Fame athletes here at Milton-Union?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I have the distinction of having 2 of them that went Division I.
Wow.
Yeah, but not in basketball. It was soccer. They were Division I soccer players.
And so, who were those 3?
The 3 would have been Jen Wright and Megan Swafford. They were end up being the Division I soccer players, and then Chrissy Ginn.
Okay.
I mean Jen Ginn. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now, did you coach Jen Stacy?
Yes, I did. In fact, I just saw Jen this weekend. She stopped by and visited.
Okay.
She lives in Nashville, and got a 5-year-old daughter, Libby.
Okay.
And we've remained close over the years. Jen was on one of our better teams that almost knocked off Tip City twice. I don't know if you know, but Milton girls have never beaten Tip City, and we took them 2 years in a row into the final minute and lost 1 in overtime and 1 in the last 3 seconds. But Jen was on that team.
Okay. So actually 4 Hall of
4.
Fame.
That's right.
Okay.
Forgot about Jen.
Okay. Good. And in your experiences, is there any fond memories or just moments in basketball that?
Yeah, probably my 2 best memories or fondest memories as far as coaching girls basketball was actually two losses. The Tip City losses were the big ones when we lost 2 years in a row in the last minute, and then the year Miami East girls went to state, we about knocked them off on a Saturday morning at Milton. We lost by 5, and we had the distinction when they went to state and in the state program, we were the team that was the closest to them all year long of losing only 5 points. But those are probably two great memories.
And as a high school player, you had the privilege of playing for Ed Lindinsky.
Big Ed, Big Ed.
So what was that like?
Well,
for
it
Ed?
was a little bit different than what it would be coaching today. A couple of things you asked me about difference of playing high school or high school basketball back in the 60s and early 70s versus now. He had several rules that Big Ed didn't like. You never passed the ball across midcourt or past the lane, over the lane.
Okay.
Now you couldn't play basketball without doing that.
Okay.
Also, the big difference is the pressure that the kids put on with presses and the in-your-face defense is much different than what it was back in the 50s and 60s. And I didn't play in the 50s, but you didn't have a lot of pressure defenses. And the quality of kid now is, as far as athletic-wise, much different and much more.
Right.
And I'd say that's probably the difference between girls and boys basketball. I know you didn't want to ask me that question, but there is a little bit of difference.
Sure.
But the boys basketball, you have 5 or 6 kids that can really play, and girls have gotten to the point now that you have the same thing. But early on, if you had 2 or 3 good girls that you coached, you could have a pretty good team. But those days are probably gone by now.
And for those of you that are, we have a lot of these conversations in practice, and Coach Sarver is very quick to point out, some of the changes in the game, and of course we'll make comments. I played for Randy Thompson, and he played for Big Ed, and we'll kind of look at each other. Would Big Ed, would he be okay with that, or would Coach Thompson be okay with that? And because I was a '98 grad. Coach, you were a '69 grad.
69, yeah.
Okay. And so we're pretty close to it.
Yeah, Big Ed would not be appreciative of some of the things that go on the court right now.
It's a different game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a different game.
So
I will mention one thing, Rusty. It is kind of a pleasure for me to be able to have 2 bosses that ran around with my kids in high school. Coach Berner and my daughter Maggie were good friends at school, and Coach Lane and my son Brian were friends at school, and now they're my bosses and they tell me what to do, and I listen, and that's kind of the joy of not being a head coach.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Now, Brian and Mark graduated together, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so both your kids graduated with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're my bosses.
Yeah. Well, in any of the stories that he tells any of the kids, I wholeheartedly deny, because I do try to play the the age amnesia card of. I don't really remember that. If I don't remember it, it couldn't happen.
At the time, Rusty put sardines in my hot tub, but we won't mention that.
I will deny that one forever. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming up here and sharing a little bit about your experiences, and it's a pleasure of mine to have you next to me on the bench. He's You know, for those of you who watch our game, he is the calm on our bench. He calms me when I want to do something a little bit, get a little excited, and he'll kind of give me the no. And you know, him and Coach Fulton are the ones I look to, and really have a lot of great respect for their knowledge of the game, and Coach Sarver brings a ton of that. So
yeah, I might say, Rusty, one time you told my team that Coach Sarver has forgotten more about basketball than I ever knew, and you're right, I have forgotten an awful lot.
He has.
And the older you get, the more you forget.
You know, I grew up playing basketball in his barn and playing against him, and always had a great admiration for, you know, what he did as a player, just playing pickup games there. And so, you know, being able to coach beside him and knowing the knowledge he brings is definitely a great thing. So, Coach, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
And we'll see you probably down there enjoying a hot dog or some popcorn.
Already had it.
Already had it.
Yeah, it's halftime. Yep.
Okay.
See you. Thanks.
Yep. All right, we'll get some stats here. We also got a couple bites from Doc Ginn. Milton-Union and Tri-County North first played back in 1971. However, back then, they were not Tri-County North. They were called Twin Valley North. And then we didn't play again until 2012. So it was Twin Valley North. So obviously they split into two districts, Twin Valley South and Tri-County North. Milton currently holds a 6-game win streak against Tri-County. We're averaging 59 points a game in that streak. We are just below pace there. As Coach Blackburn mentioned, Coach Roos won her 90th game on Saturday, going for number 91 here today. And then our final one before we'll have some other ones later. Milton-Union's 9th victory of the season versus Newton exceeds last year's win total of 8. I want to give a shout out here to, and I'm going to guess they're on because they're always commenting about how much they love watching the games. We're going to give a shout out to Tim and Casey Crow. So they better be watching.
Guaranteed.
Okay. The Crows better be watching. Get caught up in some stats here. Looks like both teams are back with their starters. Tri-County North is in a diamond and 1 on Madison Jones. Shot goes up. We'll talk about that here in a minute. We got a jump ball. It's going to go to the Panthers. Folks, a diamond and 1. We talked about this. We saw this on Thursday. 4 girls are going to play in a diamond zone. They're going to guard an area, and 1 girl is going to face guard Madison Jones and really try to make life difficult on her. Panthers break the press with 3 passes. Ball goes over to Flory, gets the rebound and puts it up. So you'll notice number 4, Bacher, is going to be with Madison Jones. The other girls are going to play a zone. She's going to try to limit her touching the basketball at all. Jayla with a good take. Oh, I think it touched every part of the rim and went out. It's a great move, though. Jacobs with the offensive rebound. They're going to leave Jacobs open and dare her to shoot. Grudage will take a shot from 3, just off the rim. Jones with the rebound, up and in. Still got to rebound the ball and keep her off the glass, whether you're in a junk defense or not. Bacher's going to push the ball to the sideline. Jones gets her cut off. Bacher across to Flory, dribbles through the paint. Webster's in the middle. DeLong. And Klingenberger. Bacher over to Flory. Flory with the shot fake. Looks like feet got a little happy. Get caught up on Coach Blackburn's stats.
Compliments of Doc Ginn.
Good compliment. Always quick to give credit. Grudage brings it across to Burbridge. To Grudage in the corner. She's going to put the ball into Gentry. Over to Jacobs. Burbridge from the right wing, just off. Jones with another rebound. Up and in. She's got 14 now, folks. She's done a nice job of staying involved. Webster. Spittler's the coach. Bacher with a shot off the mark. Ava up to Jayla with the lay-in. Nice job there. Bulldogs are going to set their press. Ball goes back across over to Bacher. She's going to bring it across the timeline. Bacher setting the offense here. Over to Klingenberger, back to Bacher, to Flory. Klingenberger to Bacher. Looking to get the ball to middle to Webster. Webster creates some contact, but no call. Jacobs with the rebound, pushes the ball ahead to Jones. She's going to step back. Oh, Jacobs with the rebound, out to Gentry. And she was tripped there by Flory. Ball's going to be on the baseline. Looks like Dogs out-rebounded the Panthers 17-15 in the first half. Assists, Milton-Union had 7. Tri-County North had 3. Ball's reversed all the way to Jones. Back to Morgan Grudage, who's got a little pull-up. Jacobs, who's been working hard on the glass.
She did last Thursday, too.
Yeah.
She,
that almost went in the basket. She almost kicked the ball in the basket.
That would have been impressive.
That would have been awesome. And you would have been here, folks, at home live to see it. That would have been an ESPN one. I think, Tom, we would have had to send that one into ESPN if she would have kicked that ball in the hoop. Jones is going to take it, passes into Gentry, a little lob play. Jayla short, but Grudage with the rebound. Back up. She's going to get fouled. Turnovers in the first half. Milton had 8. Tri-County North 13. 13 of those turnovers, though, were steals going the other direction for the Bulldogs, and that's what you want to see. Tri-County North only had 6 steals. Dogs shot 42% from the field, 25% for the Panthers. First free throw's up and good for Grudage to extend the lead to 19 here for the Dogs. Bulldogs shot 28% from 3. So they were 2 for 7. Panthers were 25%.
7 points for Morgan tonight.
Yeah. Dogs have been a lot more aggressive on the offensive glass. In fact, most of their damage here has come from offensive rebounds. Looks like Milton is in man now. First time we've seen them in a man defense between now and Thursday. Coach Roos trying to change things up here. It's always good if a team gets in a rhythm, being used to your defense, to change it up. And 3 is off by Bacher. Webster with the O-board and put back. Also want to give a shout out to Coach Roos's parents up in Bryan, Ohio. Hopefully they're tuning in. If they don't tune in now, they might watch it later. She said to say hello. Webster's first shot is up, just off the front of the rim. Shannon Broomball's going to check into the game for Jayla Gentry. How many fouls is that on Jayla?
That's 3. That's
3.
the third.
Okay. So Coach Roos going to rest her a little bit and buy some time. Dogs have a 20-point advantage with 4:20 left in the third quarter. Good pass by Morgan. Little deflection there. She was trying to get the ball to Broomball. Back into Grudage. The layup, a little acrobatic. Very athletic there. Morgan's got 9 now. All the points in this half have come from the 3 seniors. Two of the 3 seniors. Jayla had one go in and out there. DeLong to the hoop. Jacob says, don't bring that in here. There goes Morgan, pushing transition here. Reverses it to Broomball. Broomball over to Burbridge. Back to Burbridge into Jacobs. Got the triangle there of 3 freshmen. Broomball, Burbridge, and Jacobs. Coach Roos is excited about future there. Got 3 freshmen playing a lot of minutes for you. 2 are starting. There's a whole crew of Panthers that come into the game. We got number 2, Layfeld. Number 5, Riley Terry. Number 32, Natalie Layfeld. So we've got 2 Layfelds. And Madison Jones bangs home a 3 from the corner. She now has 17. 3:20 to go. Dogs hold a 25-point lead. Really taking control here in this third quarter. Nice move there. Terry, the 6-foot sophomore, with a really nice move. Caught the ball in the elbow, spin dribble. Bucket's good, and she's going to go to the line. Fouls on.
Just one on Jacobs.
Just first one? Wow. That just goes to show you how much you're letting them play. When you got post players that are banging around, and
Yeah.
Grudich brings it across the timeline. Not really sure what. No, they're back in their 1-3-1. Weren't real quick to get into it. Ball's reversed. Grudich takes a look. She's going to pull the ball out. Grudich showing her court savvy of being a 3-year varsity player, being patient, picking and choosing when she goes to the hoop. Oh, just off the rim. Jacobs with the rebound and put back. Dogs seem to be getting about 2 or 3 looks every possession right now, and no matter what your shooting percentage is, if you're getting more looks, your chances go up every time you shoot the basketball. Jones with the steal there. She's going to hold the ball up. Brings it across the timeline, passes across to Grudich, back to Jones, into Jacobs. Good ball movement. Burbridge over to Jones. Nice job.
Ball movement.
Oh. Jump ball. Yep. For those of you who don't know, the officials are wearing an earpiece that they can hear what I'm saying. So when I called jump ball, I think they had to call it. Well, that was a possession there. We had a lot of nice reversals, touches. You want to see the ball go through the hoop there when Shannon Broomball shoots it. It was a good-looking shot, good offense. Shot goes up, off the mark. Ball's picked up, board. And number 5, Terry, is going to get fouled again.
The Lady Bulldog fouls number 14, Morgan Grudich. That's her second, team's 4th.
Fouls on Grudich, her second, team's 4th.
Riley Terry at the line for and checking back in for Lady Panthers number 3, Lexi DeLong.
Second shot's up. Back of the rim. Jacobs threw a lot of contact. Grudich across the timeline to Broomball. Good shot. Good pass, good penetration and dish by Grudich. Dogs are in a man defense. Taylor Falb's in the game. And DeLong took a little extra step there. Just 1 or 2. Grudich is going to bring the ball across the timeline. Over to Falb. She's going to go ball side corner. Wide open. She's going to take the 3 just off the mark. Number 32. Is that a Layfeld? Layfeld pushes the ball up. Falb knocks it out of bounds. Looks like Coach Roos is going to go to a 2-3 here out of bounds. Ball's lobbed in. Ball kind of bounces around, and we're going to get a jump ball. Panthers are going to keep possession there.
Jump ball situation. The ball is taken this end with the Lady Panthers.
Dogs have extended their lead very quietly, wouldn't you say? Coach Blackburn's deep in the stats. There's Madison Jones with the steal. She's going to go in and off the glass. Layfeld tried to step in for a charge, didn't quite get there.
I know there's still 30 seconds here left in the quarter, but, you know, this is a quarter for the Bulldogs with 17. And the Panthers had 7, so let's make that 18.
So 18-10 quarter?
18-7.
18-7.
19.
19-7, so a nice quarter here for Coach Roos's girls. Madison Jones hitting both free throws. Bacher brings it across half court. Heavy pressure from Grudich. Just got to count. Oh, off the count there. Good hands by Jones. Broomball grabs it. Good pressure defense by the Bulldogs. 15 seconds to go. Broomball catch and shoot just off. Another rebound. They're going to call a travel there. Broomball working hard. Bacher brings it across. Penetrates the zone. Bank shots up and in to end the quarter. Bacher. Bob's saying Bacher. So I must be getting it wrong. Okay, a few more stats here from Doc Ginn. Madison Jones had 28 points versus Newton, we had mentioned earlier. Aside from that being a career high for her, it's also the highest single game point total in the MU basketball program, boys or girls.
Boys or girls?
Boys or girls. So I'm going to have a talk with some of our...
Talk to the varsity boys coach.
Let's talk to the varsity boys coach and have a discussion about that. I want to say Blake Broomball had 27 at Carlisle early in the year. Here's another fact for you. After the Newton game, Madison Jones, Morgan Grudich, and Jayla Gentry currently ranked 28th, 29th, and 30th on the MU career rebounding list. So those three seniors are all stacked up together. We're going to fill you in on some boys basketball action here at our next break. Dogs are going to start here with the ball, up 44-19. It's Annie Smith, number 33 in the game. Morgan Grudich, 14. Taylor Fall, number 40. Gentry, number 30, and Broomball, number 20. Flory gathers a rebound for Tri-County North. Passes it over to DeLong. DeLong dribbles around. Steps through. Makes a bucket. Gets fouled by number 30, Jayla Gentry. That will be her fourth. Not sure Jayla thought she fouled her. I have yet to meet a player that thinks they fouled anybody. In my experience.
I know I never fouled her.
No, you did not. And if you did foul anybody, you didn't mean it.
That's right.
And I think that's got to count for something, Joe. If it's an accident, you should get like a mulligan or a bogey or something.
At least one a game.
At least. Grudich brings it across over to Annie Smith into the corner. Good little loop action. Morgan hits the three. And you've got a zone that's set up like that. Having a ball side cut definitely opens up the corner, and if you got girls that can knock down that shot, it's definitely a good play to run. Off Morgan's foot. That's an incidental foot contact for those of you at home that are wondering. Annie Smith goes up and shoots. We've got another scrum. Shannon Brewball comes out with it, and we got a jump ball now. Ava Berbert's going to check in for number 14, Grudich. Like I said, if it's an incidental foot contact, officials not always call it. If it's intentional, it's intentionally a kick. That is when it's called. Those of you wondering at home. Sometimes it can get a little confusing. DeLong catches at the elbow over to Flory. Milton's in a nice little pressure man here. Trying to heat up the Panthers. DeLong out to Klingenberger. Back down to DeLong. Fall knocks it off, knocks it out of bounds there. Panthers are going to have the ball in the corner pocket, short corner pocket. Toughest place to inbound the ball in basketball. Ooh, Flory may have got away with a little extra step. That's okay. Ball gets into the long. Falb. Little too handsy there on the shot. Gets called. Tried to stay up, straight up as long as she could, but anybody that's played basketball knows that's a very difficult thing to do. You just want to tip your hand forward and get a touch on the ball. DeLong makes her first free throw. Got 6:10 left in the contest. Dogs are one foul away from being in the bonus. Haven't had a lot of missed free throws in the second half, where both teams were a combined 1 for 6 in the first half. So doing a nice job, both teams knocking down free throws. Falb, good spin move to reverse the ball back to Burbridge. Into Gentry, she's got to fight for position. Falb from 3 in the corner, just off. Annie Smith keeping it alive, good hustle play. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds by number 12, Flory, excuse me. Now Bacher checks back in. Burbridge is running the point with Grudage out. Good job, good move, good shot. Gentry with an O board. Annie Smith. Burbridge, oh. Tell you what, I don't know what Coach Ruth said, but Milton-Union has been all over the glass this half. Anytime you can extend possessions, it's always a benefit to your offense. It's less time the other team has the ball and more opportunities for you to score. Dogs are back into their 1-2-2. Ball goes inside, out to Flory. She's going to take a pull-up jumper from 15 foot, just off the mark. Falb grabs it, dribbles out to safety. Gets the ball to Burbridge. She's going to bring it across the timeline. 4:40 to go in the game here. Dogs hold a 24-point advantage. Into Gentry. Good spin move, up and in.
Gentry.
Jayla's got 10. We got 3 in double figures. Morgan in double figures.
We know Madison's, she's in double.
Yeah.
She's got 19 so far.
Ball goes into the post.
And Grudage has 11. Yeah, that's 3 in double figures.
That's good. Good spreading the wealth there. All 3 seniors in double figures. Annie Smith. Broomball somehow comes out with it there. Slings it across to Burbridge for the open shot. And there's another offensive rebound. That was a whole lot of something going on there, wasn't it? Bacher brings it across the timeline over to DeLong. He's going to settle their offense in, reverse to Flory. Falb playing tough defense, contests the shot. Annie Smith is going to have a breakaway here. And just off the mark, but another offensive rebound. Oh. Flory's out ahead of the pack. The offensive rebound is going to be fouled by Falb.
Yes. That's her second.
I'll tell you, one of the things as this game's progressed that Milton-Union's done a really nice job is I feel like Tri-County North has got very few open looks at the basket. Our defense has done a good job of contesting every shot, not giving them any good looks. And that really wears on a team. Flory shot up off the back rim. Got 3:12 left in the contest. We still have one fact, and then we're going to try to get you caught up on the boys basketball action. Of course, we'll have our little law waiting on Coach Roos, so maybe we can do that then. Save some of those things for later. Flory makes a free throw. It's going to check her out of the game. Number 2, Layfeld returns to the game, another freshman. There's 2 Layfelds. They're both freshmen. I'm going to go out on a limb, Joe. Not only are they sisters, they're probably twins.
I believe you're right on that.
Okay. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm going to guess on that. Do you support that guess, or?
That's a good theory. And
That's it. Okay.
That's a. And he came off the bench. That very aggressive players too. As freshmen.
Yeah.
They got some
Good young
players
girls.
watching the JV game before. Physical the same way and stuff. So.
Jones misses a corner 3 there, but again, Dogs on the glass get a jump ball and retain possession. Jones in the corner, just off, and Jayla Gentry with another offensive rebound. Be interesting to see how many O boards the Dogs have in the second half here. Morgan with a 3, and Jones with another offensive rebound, and another one. I mean, right there in that possession, I think we had 4 or 5.
Walker with a foul.
You know, sometimes if you're not hitting a lot of shots, your best offense is just shooting the ball and going and getting it and shooting it again. There's Burbridge, another offensive rebound. Jump ball is going to go to the Panthers. Just nothing easy tonight for the Panthers, whether it be getting defensive rebounds or getting looks on offense. I'm sure Coach Reese will come up here and say, I know I would say, if we're getting a bunch of offense rebounds, that means we're missing a lot of shots.
Yeah.
So at some point, you got to start knocking down shots. Layfeld there with a miss, but rebound goes out of bounds off Milton-Union. Troy County North with the ball. They throw it into Klingenberger. Over to Bacher. Over to Layfeld. To DeLong. A little bit of contact there, but they're going to call Layfeld touching the sideline there. Here comes number 23. This is a new player, Madison Terry. She's a 5'9" junior.
Slew with the Bulldogs.
Oh boy, here we got a whole new crew with a minute 36. Looks like Coach Roos is going to empty your bench. We've got Dieter, number 42. The younger Gentry, number 22. Quisenberry, number 32. Parsons, number 34. And Annie Smith. Looks like 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores. Gentry, and there's a bank shot there by number 23, Terry. Quisenberry is going to bring it across the timeline, gives it over to Parsons. We are at a minute left in the contest, folks. Dogs seem to be in pretty good position to get their 10th victory of the season. Parsons with a shot. She might have got fouled there a little bit. Dogs will improve to 10-10 on the season with 2 games to go. Actually, with 1 game to go, excuse me. Ty Parsons up and in, freshman. JV player getting some varsity minutes here. Milton-Union plays Franklin Monroe on Wednesday. That's a reschedule. Parsons up again. Made it look like she's done that before. Just under 50 seconds to go in the contest. Panthers move the ball around the perimeter. Like I said, this zone and even our man defense here is really giving them problems. They just haven't got a lot of clean looks at the basket. Girls move to 10-10, play Franklin Monroe on Wednesday. And then they play the first round of their tournament on Saturday against National Trail. We'll have details for you about that. Annie Smith, nice shot up and in. 53-26. 5 seconds to go in the contest. Layfeld's going to bring it across to Klingenberger. For Layfeld, it's going to be after the buzzer, and that's your final, folks. Lady Bulldogs 53, Tri-County North 26. Everybody gives the COVID wave. Coach Blackburn's tallying up the stats. I'll try and make sense out of this. Rachel Jacobs finished with 2 points. Ava Burbridge 2 points. Morgan Grudage 11. Sheena Broomball 4. Elena Gentry 2. Madison Jones 19. Jayla Gentry 8. So we were just shy of having 3 in double figures. Is that right? Nope. Yep, she had 8. Still, that's very good, balanced scoring there. Our last factoid tonight, Morgan Grudage, with 201 career free throws made, is one of only 4 players in Milton history with over 200 successful free throws for their career. And we don't know who the other 3 are, so we're going to have to ask Doc for that answer. On to boys action. Just give everybody an update. The freshman boys, JV boys, and varsity boys will play a triple header tomorrow night against the Arcanum Trojans here at Milton-Union Gymnasium, the Dog Pound. This is a rematch of last year's sectional second round game. The Dogs defeated the Trojans 61-25 in that contest. So I'm sure the Trojans will have revenge and some locker room material heading over for that. That is the Milton Union's final home game of the season. And then next Friday, the Dogs travel to the Dixie Greyhounds. That'll be a regular season finale. Dogs narrowly defeated Dixie 2 weeks ago. Speaking from somebody who was on the bench, I'm really not sure how we won that game. If anybody watched it, I think we were down 10 with 4 minutes to go and somehow pulled off the win. Dixie's a very formidable opponent, very tough opponent. And that will also be the final regular season. That will be the final SWBL game for boys basketball ever in the league. So kind of a monumental game there. Regular season final, like I said. Boys tournament action. Yesterday was the draw for the boys in Division II. The Bulldogs were fortunate enough to get the number 9 seed in Division II out of 22 teams. We were very happy with that. We drew and picked to play against Northridge, who was the number 8 seed. And that game will be on November 20th. November, goodness gracious, that was COVID. That game is on February 20th at 1:30 at Fairmont's Trent Arena. So we will have the live info on that as far as how that will be televised or live streamed. But again, that's February 20th at 1:30 against Northridge. Northridge was the number 8 seed. If the Dogs prevail, they will play the winner of the Oakwood Lumberjacks and the Waynesville Spartans. So an opportunity for the Dogs to play against some teams and get some rematches there and redeem themselves in some wins. If the Dogs are fortunate enough to win that game, they will move on into the sectional final against likely opponent, the Trotwood-Madison Rams. Yes, I said that correctly. Milton-Union could play Trotwood-Madison in the sectional final. The Dogs are 4 boys over the allotment. This is what put us into Division II this year. So we're going to go in with the big boys and see how we measure up. Coach Roos is hopefully she will go up and she will come out here and talk to us a little bit. Go over what she thinks were important keys for the game. I'm going to send my middle son down to see. Oh, there she is. I just gave her the wave. I'm getting the Madison Harris is a little upset with Coach Berner. We have convinced her to watch the TV show The Office, and she's been using my box set to watch The Office, and I have yet to get her the next disc, and I'm about 4 days late. And we can see where Coach Roos's loyalties are. She's going to go get her stat sheet from Doc Ginn before she comes over to talk to us. It's a privilege you get to look at that before I do, but nope.
I don't think it's a privilege. I think this is how it's supposed to work. I'm supposed to look at it and then you.
Pretty sassy. We'll let it go though. You had a nice win. So, Coach, you had a really nice home victory. Pretty solid scoring. Talk to us a little bit as you're looking at the stats about how you felt the game went, what some of the keys were.
Well, looking at the stat sheet here, our 3 seniors led us, and before the game we talked to the seniors, you're winding down on your careers are ending in the next, 1 to 2 weeks. So to be, led by Jones with 19 and Grudich with 12 and then Gentry with 10, I think they've embraced that their careers are soon to be over and it's time to step up. And I thought in the second half on Saturday against Newton and then again tonight they did a nice job stepping up for us.
Yeah, and I think that's true every year. You get to a point in the season, it's usually about February where, even though seniors know that it's their senior year, but there's that oh crap moment of we've got a couple weeks left and, we need to start kicking it up a notch. How many offensive rebounds do you have in the second half?
Let's look here. Well, we had that would be 18 offensive rebounds in the second half.
Okay, so Coach Blackburn and I were on point. We really thought a couple of the keys for your game tonight was we thought in the second half you guys were extremely aggressive on the glass. And, of course, the coach and me said, well, if you're getting a bunch of offensive rebounds, that means you're missing a lot of shots too. But you're also extending possessions. And I thought that really wore on them that they just couldn't get the ball. And at the other end, I thought the entire game your defense did a really nice job. I can't think of more than 1 or 2 times that Tri-County North got a clean look at the hoop.
Yeah, we talked to the girls about the fact that we didn't think they'd handle pressure well. Although I didn't think we put as much pressure as we would have liked to in the half court, we still did a nice job getting steals. We talked at halftime where we said we've got 12 steals, but we only have 25 points, so we need to, capitalize on those. But I thought we were active on defense in terms of anticipating passes and whatnot. And also, we threw a lot of different defenses at them, and I thought, to our girls' credit, they handled those transitions of, pressing or sitting in half court man-to-man.
Yeah.
I thought they did a nice job, in any of the defenses we did in terms of being active and getting in passing lanes.
Yeah. Well, and it was a physical game too.
It was very much so. We talked to Rachel Jacobs at halftime, about, I know you're getting beat up in there, but you need to keep battling. And she has 13 rebounds for us. She only has 2 points, but she works really hard in the down.
She had 13 rebounds tonight.
13 rebounds tonight.
Well,
so.
she's the youngest of 4 in a house of pretty physical kids. I can attest to that with Brandon playing for me and the other 2 girls playing for you. So she can toughen up when she needs to.
Yep,
but
she can hold her own.
Yeah, it was a physical game. We kind of thought at some point they weren't going to call it unless there was a little bit of blood. But, your girls responded to that. They handled that. You could tell they were okay with that. Mm-hmm. It's close to tournament time. You got to deal with that. So,
yep.
So 10-10 on the year.
10-10, that's
Career
correct.
Win number 91.
Oh, how about that?
That's a lot of wins.
Well, I don't know about that, but we enjoy every one of them.
Yeah, and next home game is Wednesday against the Jets.
Yes, against Franklin Monroe. So
okay, and that will be a 6 o'clock tip, varsity only.
Correct.
Correct.
Correct about that.
Okay. So and we will be here, WMPA. So we'll be on here tomorrow night as well. Although I will not be here tomorrow night, I will be across the camera. Hopefully up here giving the same post-game victory speech as Coach Roos. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thanks, Coach Roos, for coming up and visiting us. And thanks again to WMPA TV and all they do and broadcasting live for our fans at home. So we will see everybody tomorrow night and have a safe evening.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.